What's up, guys? It's your girl Megan
and your boy Drew.
Alright, so we're back today with a follow-up to one of the emails that we responded to, or that we were sent, that we did our response and advice or opinions or whatever you want to call it on. So she sent us a follow-up email to just let us know how things were going. And if you've watched our email, or the Nelsons answers your email questions or whatever type videos, then you may pick up on which one this is. So also I might try to link it somewhere so that you guys, for reference, and you can go from there.
Oh, sure, I'll wait on the email. Hey,
oh well, shoot, I'll go and read the email then.
Let's go.
You've been slacking.
I have been slacking. But hold on. Hey, how you doing? Now I'm playing, guys. Hey, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, man.
Share this video on all of your social media, however you see fit. See what I gotta put up with? Like,
all day, every day. Come on, read that essay.
Alright, so here we go. It's a long one, guys. Okay, so it says, hey Megan and Drew, the last time I spoke with you guys, I needed advice on a guy that was working within the same industry and company as I. Just to give an update there, I decided to move on. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, I am not where I would like to be, and I know that as much love as I have to give, right now I wouldn't be able to reciprocate that emotionally. Good. Also, he started to show a side of himself that I wasn't accustomed to.
Okay.
He always wanted my attention. If I did pick up the phone, he would continue to call. And when I finally answered, he questioned me like we worked together. Plenty of other events have occurred that simply sent off red flags. Y'all know I be on them red flags. Last but not least, one time we spoke about sex, and he asked me, what would you do if you were to become pregnant? I told him I wouldn't become pregnant because I would have you use protection. He asked if I was on birth control already, and I told him I wasn't because I wasn't sexually active. He said, well, what if you get raped?
What?
Wait. We talking about sex, and then next thing is, what if I get raped?
I'm trying to remember this previous letter myself.
This was the truck driver. And where she thought that he was the best person overall.
I got you. Go ahead.
But she wasn't sure if she wanted to be with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Read that part again.
Okay, let's go up here. So last but not least, one time we spoke about sex, and he asked me, what would you do if you were to become pregnant? I told him I wouldn't become pregnant because I would have used protection. He asked if I was on birth control already, and I told him I wasn't because I wasn't sexually active. He said, well, what if you get raped?
What type of question is that?
That's two totally different things. Where did that come from?
What type of question is that?
I told him I don't like the phrase never say never because nowadays anything can happen. But I know me. I'm an adult, and I would never put myself in a situation to get raped. That conversation was weird, but I overlooked it at the time. I have since continued to work and just tried to mind my business and focus on myself and get my life in order.
Good job.
I wished him the best, and eventually he left me alone. It took him a couple of weeks to move on. Well, good for you.
Good job.
Because that's some stalkerish
That's weird.
shit. No.
That's weird.
Okay. On to today. I recently had to help a close family member with something. While I helped, I decided to give them the talk. I spoke with them about a particular person in their life that I felt could be potentially hindering their success. I also told them how I wanted the best for them, especially with them having children and how I felt that they needed to get things in order. Sounds like you were. Okay. You saw some things that may be happening and you were like, hey, you need to get your shit together. That's what it sounds like.
Let's give it time.
Right. Okay. I was extremely emotional talking to them because I feel bad for them and I pray for their well-being. Myself and this close family member haven't always had a great relationship. They feel as though I'm bougie. Think I'm better than everyone, like my shit don't stink, LOL, etc., etc. So, okay, alright. I love this family member, and since I've worked in this new profession, I have given more to this person than required. Okay. I don't think I'm better than anyone, and whenever my family needs anything, I will give. It seems as though it doesn't matter how much I give, I still get mistreated. And when I try to give advice, I still get told that I'm talking down to specific members of the family. I was told that I wasn't happy, that it didn't matter how much money I had or how great things seemed to be in my life, that deep down inside, they knew I wasn't happy. After that, I started to question whether I was happy or whether I was wearing my poker face. But then I asked myself, is anyone on this earth truly happy? Do we wake up every day feeling 100%? I don't think so. At this point, I no longer wish to have another conversation with that particular family member or any family member that wants me to feel bad about being opinionated or wanting the best for them. I feel bad because I have a relationship with their children and the children aren't at fault for the adults not being able to get along. I also ask myself whether I should just mind my business and stop being so opinionated because maybe I do talk down to people and not even notice it. I don't want to believe that my own close family members are jealous of where I'm at in my life right now when they literally have every tool to accomplish what I have. Should I just keep my mouth closed from now on, even if it involves innocent children, or go about it a different way? Thanks for always being a great help in keeping it 100. Another thing I didn't know was that me and this family member are 6 years apart, with them being the oldest. Sometimes I just feel over life, like I would feel better if I wasn't here. I have been suicidal before, and I have most definitely been through some things that my own family don't know about. I have made bad decisions that have impacted my life negatively, but I try to keep persevering because I feel as though Jesus needs me here to accomplish something as a part of his mission for me. If only I could talk with my family and tell them some bad things that has occurred, they would know I am far from perfect. But once you go down a dark tunnel and find the light, if you learned your lesson, you have to repent to Jesus and promise yourself to do better. I'm not where I want to be in this life, but before I leave this earth, I hope to get there. Thanks again. Ooh, that's pretty deep.
That was pretty deep.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that was pretty deep.
I wasn't expecting that.
Let me approach this.
I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I guess let's deal with the beginning.
I'm gonna start with the beginning and come back.
The letter first.
Well,
okay.
Hold on. I want to say one thing first before we get to the beginning. You are needed here.
Yes.
You are needed here.
You are needed.
You are needed.
We don't always know our purpose of being here, but all things. Not all things. How do I say it?
All people.
All people. That's where I was going. But yes, all people have a reason and a purpose for being
here.
So
you are needed.
Now that you're on the right path and know you're getting yourself together, regardless of your past, everybody has a past. Hell, we have a past. Yeah. But it's like you said in your letter, it's how you overcome those things and repent for the things that you've done so that allows you to move forward. And now that you're starting to purposely know your purpose and the reason for you being here. And we pray that those suicidal thoughts stay in the back and they don't surface again, because we love you. And we've communicated back and forth through comments and stuff like that. And you guys know that our emails are always open to whomever needs them or for anything, because we talk to people through emails all the time.
Exactly.
But we love you, and yes, you have a purpose.
Exactly. And to touch on the front of the letter, let's say some people just hate to hear the truth, and sometimes your words can come off as aggressive or arrogant, or it just depends on the words that you could be choosing. And if you see it's causing the conflict and you really don't need to cause a conflict, let them figure it out for themselves. And kind of just stand back, and you ain't got to tell them all at the same time, but tell them pieces. Something, just a little bit, to say, hey, this might not be the smartest idea for you. You ain't got to tell them something, then preach, then preach, then preach, then preach. Tell them a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Eventually, they might be like, hey, this is where you was trying to steer me, instead of giving me all the information at one time.
Good point. I mean, and I agree wholeheartedly. And the fact that this person is older, 6 years older than you, that really doesn't mean anything, because having a past and having to go through things doesn't have an age limit. You can go through things at 10 years old, and that a person that's 40 may not even experience.
Exactly.
So the age part doesn't have anything to do with it. I think that you were trying to come to this person from a sincere place, and like Drew said, they just weren't in a place to receive it. And that has nothing to do with you. And you can have jealousy doesn't, being family doesn't take the jealous gene out of the picture.
Now you can say that one again.
Just because you're blood or just because you're related does not mean that they can't be jealous of you.
Yeah, that they're exempt for being jealous. Right?
Yes, it could be the fact that you're younger than them and you have your shit together, and now, because it's just like, okay, if let's just use you and I, if we were not together, but we were friends, which we are friends, but we were friends or whatever, and I see you younger than me, or you're younger than me, I got my stuff together, you are where I want to be, but it's always you got this, you got that, and why? And then if I tell you, you ask me how did I get this, and I'm open and honest with you and tell you how I got it, or you just think you the shit now, or you think you so much. Who are you to tell me how to do this? And that could be how it is being portrayed. You have no control over how people receive things. Just because, like you said, it may have come out in a different way. Your body language could have been different, and a lot of things they could have picked up on the way that you said things were perceived or received differently than the way you meant them. So that is not your fault. If you felt as if their feelings were hurt and they genuinely were upset or offended by something that you said, you could have apologized and been like, okay, that's not what I meant. I'm coming from this place. Now, if you've apologized and you told them how you were trying to approach it and they still didn't receive it, that's their issue.
Pretty much.
They ain't got nothing to do with you.
They got nothing to do with you.
And the fact that you were trying to, they have kids, and you were probably just looking out for their children and trying to get them into a better place. They just weren't ready to hear it. That has nothing to do with you.
Or the harsh reality sometimes. It's reality. What I'm about to say. They wasn't ready to hear from you.
Right. From you.
Somebody else could tell them the same thing.
And they'd be like, oh, girl,
it could be like God saying it.
Exactly.
It could be like, hey, this word is bond.
Right. It was just the fact that it was coming from you.
It's coming from you.
And then knowing the profession that you're in, you may have the best, better than what they have, and they just didn't want to hear from you because they already said that you think that you're better than everybody. So they ain't trying to hear from you.
Exactly.
But that has nothing to do with you. You knew where you were coming from. It was coming from a place of endearment and a place of love because you want the best for them, and maybe you saw the potential in them. They just weren't ready to receive it. That has nothing to do with you.
None at all. And let's touch on this next one.
No, let's talk about this dude.
No, that's
I'm so glad.
on.
Oh, okay.
That's the next one.
I'm sorry.
That's the because we approached the end already.
Yeah, we did.
And we'll
let's
finish it
backtrack.
off. We'll finish it off there at the end. But let's touch on this guy. Congratulations for letting him go.
Girl.
That was the best decision you ever made.
And y'all weren't even together.
Yeah, that was the best decision.
That was the best decision because that whole term of, well, how can you have a conversation about sex that y'all ain't having, by the way, and then it just come up to, well, what if you get raped?
Now,
what does that have
let's
to
stop
do
there.
with it?
Guys, all our male subscribers, come get with your boy Drew. I know you're gonna agree with me. How many of y'all ever asked a woman, what if you get raped? None. I never asked a woman that. Okay, I'm talking to the lady now. If ladies, because just in case this happen again to anybody, if anybody ever asks you anything insinuating that rape or anything could possibly happen, anything close, get the hell away from them. Period. There's no questions. There's no doubting. There's no, I'm going to look this over.
No.
You leave. Because if they ask that question, they thought about it.
I agree.
Done.
I agree. Unless you're talking to your child about the dangers of doing something that this could possibly happen, I don't think that comes up in a casual conversation.
It don't. It comes up when you talk about it.
Yeah.
When you talk about it. And quite sure, if he told you, he was bold enough to tell one of his friends. Yeah. Because that's how it approached. He told one of his friends, say, hey, I've been thinking about it, and he came to you with it. He's just getting your consent and how you gonna react. Yeah. Pretty much. But yeah.
I'm just glad that you got away from it because
I'm glad you got away.
Before
good job.
You weren't in a space to actually want to be with him anyway. It was just that, he was good.
He was at
looking,
that moment,
and he was
at that moment.
You were feeling him because you guys were friends.
Yeah.
And that
good job on getting away. And don't ever contact him again. And he contact you, that block. That block. But yep. But and at for the end of this letter again,
we love you, girl.
Love you, and thanks for supporting us. And everyone has a purpose. You just got to figure out what it is. And that's for anybody watching this video with that type of vision. If it's that closed up, please reach out, talk to somebody, just something. But everybody has a purpose. Because early in my life, I never got to the spot of trying to kill myself, anything like that. But I was in the little dark corner for a minute.
I've had my.
And everybody goes there. It's just how deep you're gonna get down there before you got to come back up. Because you get too deep down there where you can't come up. I mean, everybody has a person. Reach out to somebody, please. If that's the case.
I'm glad that I didn't get any sense that that's where you were now.
Exactly.
So that's a good thing. But
yeah, she done grown a lot from that. But that's what she's just saying. Hey, that's where I was.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that we call each other family for a reason. So, and I'm not. We are not trying to like we ask for these emails. Well, no, we don't even ask for them. You guys just happen to email us and want our advice or whatever about it.
We leave the floor open. So if you want to ask a question,
or you want to just talk
to us, we would always say, hey, do you want a video out of this? Do you want us to just answer it right here? How do you want the answer? And if you want to just email, we done did it plenty of time. We'll just email you back. Sometime, if it be on our Facebook page, we'll just message you back.
You hit us up, DM, Facebook,
we'll
whatever.
You back.
Or email if you just want to talk. And sometimes you just need that outlet to talk from an unbiased person.
Yeah, we're not professionals, but we are professional at relationships. We got some years in this thing.
We professionals at that?
Baby, we've been working on this thing for a long time. I mean, we having everybody. Now, when I hear people say, I experienced everything you have, that's a lie. You can't experience everything somebody else have because they live a different path than you. But
you may have been
some of those things you possibly been through before. So we done heard a lot of situations. That's how we can piece them together and put both our stuff together here. We move them blocks and corners and stuff. We get that. But hey, we really are happy. No, hey, we really are happy that you're in a better spot now, and hopefully the family members leave good comments.
Yes. Y'all leave y'all comments and feedback like we normally do.
If we missed anything, I know y'all gonna let us know.
Yes.
But
I don't even think you were asking so much as for advice. We're just giving us an update on it.
It was an update.
But thank you for the update.
Everybody say congratulations for getting away from him too. Thank you. Everybody say congratulations to her, please. She did a good job. Because a lot of people don't do it.
No, they don't.
A lot of people don't. So, hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed this email. If you want to reach out to us and you have questions or concerns, shoot us the email and we'll answer them like we just did. But please be sure to give us those big thumbs up, subscribe in.
Share this video on all of your social media, however you see fit.
All right, guys. Later. Peace.
Bye. Hey, family. Thanks for watching.
Please be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Also, check out our latest video and be sure to subscribe.
Bye, guys.